Hello, my name is Dr. Switzer, and today we are going to compare two or more informational text. When you look at analyzing two or more text, here are some things that we need to look for. Different authors often write about the same event or subject differently. When you read two different descriptions of the same subject or event, you can learn different things. You're not going to get the exact same descriptions. Also, this helps you compare and contrast the ideas and information in the text. When we're comparing our information, we need to look at the point of view of a passage. Typically, it's going to be first person and third person. First person's point of view is your first-hand account. You're going to see pronouns like I, we, and us. Third person is a second-hand account, and you will see pronouns such as he, she, and them. When comparing and contrasting two passages, let's look for the following information. The most important points and details in both texts, ideas or details found in one text and not the other, whether a text has more facts and details or feelings and thoughts than the other, or whether a text uses the pronouns I or we. Remember, I is first person, we will be third person. Next, we're going to look at text organization. Identifying organization of a text will assist you in comparing your assigned text in the future. So let's look at our text organization. We have chronological order or sequential order. When did it happen? What order did it happen? Are ways that you look at it. Signal words that you'll have for chronological order would be first, third, next, finally. Another type of organization is a list of items. What examples support the main idea? What proof is there is what we're looking at. Signal words will be in addition, furthermore, as well as. The next pattern is compare and contrast. We're looking at how two things are similar and different. Signal words for this will be similar, like, in the same way, compared to, nevertheless. Another pattern, cause and effect. Why did something happen and what were the results of the event? Signal words for this will be because, for this reason, on account, resulting. Continuing with organization, you have a text that can be definition and example, what it is. Our signal words were defined as, is known as, for example. Then you have clarification. How do the parts work with the whole? Signal words would be categories, classifications, elements, features. Order of importance is another organization. Which point is the most important? Which point is the least important? Signal words would be central, primary, key, main, or major. Problem and solution organization. What's the problem? What is the possible solution? Our signal words will be problem, need, difficulty, dilemma, issue, solve or resolve. And our last organization would be spatial order. Begin, next, horizontal, in front of are all signal words for spatial order. Next, we're looking at informational text features. Informational text features are important when analyzing text. Text features can be broken down in 4 categories. We have our print features, which you would have table of contents, glossary, and index. You can have illustrations, whether they be photos, drawings, magnifications to make certain details larger. Organizational aids that you can see in informational text, bold print, colored print, bullets, captions, headings, subheadings. And finally, you have graphic aids also in informational text. You can have diagrams, sketches, maps, charts to help you with breaking down the text. All right, let's practice. Our first passage, Fire from the Sky, the International Tribune, February 16th, 2013, Russia. At 9:20 a.m. yesterday morning, people on the streets in the city of Chelyabinsk reported observing a bright fireball blazing across the sky. It was so bright the scientists claimed it was brighter than the sun. That fireball was caused by what is now being called the Chelyabinsk meteor. It is estimated that the meteor was 56 feet wide and 10,000 pounds, and scientists believe that it was traveling at around 42,900 miles per hour. That's roughly 43 times faster than the fastest passenger plane ever flown. The meteor would have hit the atmosphere with an impact of 20 to 30 times more powerful than an atomic bomb. Many people in surrounding areas reported feeling the aftershock. Passage 2. Yesterday morning, I was on my way to school in Chelyabinsk when, quicker than I could blink, a huge flash of light appeared in the sky above me. Almost immediately after that, I felt a huge shock wave that rattled everything around me. As I crouched on my shaking knees with my hands over my head, I heard windows from nearby buildings shattering. Car emergency horns were beeping and honking loudly. No one knew what had happened or where the light or blast had come from. It wasn't until I watched the news that night that I found out a 56-foot wide meteor had crashed into the earth. All right, we're going to select the statement that best shows how the passages are different. Passage 2 does not include facts about the meteor, and Passage 1 does. Passage 1 does not include what happened after the crash, and Passage 2 does. C. Passage 1 includes information about the fireball, and Passage 2 does not. Passage 2 includes a first-hand account, and Passage 1 does not. Take a moment. If you selected D, you are correct. Passage 2 includes a first-hand account, and Passage 1 does not. That means 2 use the pronoun I. Which detail in Passage 2 is not included in Passage 1? A. How the city was affected by the crash. B. How large the meteor that crashed was. And C. What time of day the meteor crashed. And D. Where in Russia the meteor crashed. So let's take a moment. If you selected A, you are correct. In Passage 2, the meteor crash makes the author feel afraid. In Passage 1, the author feels blank about the crash. A. Neutral. B. Solemn. C. Amazed. Or D. Excited. If you choose A for neutral, you chose correctly. Remember, Passage 1 was third person. This concludes our lesson today on comparing 2 or more informational text. Remember, as you compare informational text, look at the point of view, the text organization, and the text features. Have a good day.